Hello everyone, welcome to Community Distance Reiki. I'm Danielle Stimpson of Learn Reiki Philadelphia, and it's wonderful to have you here with me this evening. If you are new here, go ahead and click that live chat button. Feel free to introduce yourself and ask for any special requests for your personal healing. We are going to get things started off by building a beautiful crystal grid exactly to all of your requests. And then after that, we're going to go ahead and I'm going to send you Reiki for 25 minutes. It's awesome. So if you're watching this on the replay as a video, hello from the past. If you want to skip ahead to just the healing part, start looking at about the 1 hour mark or where you see the lights begin to shift, and you can begin your journey there. And for those of you who have been here before, thank you for returning and thank you for your ongoing support. It's wonderful to see you again, and I hope you're doing well. If you want to learn more about me, my live online Reiki certification classes, my crystal shop, or if you want to schedule a one-on-one distance healing or a tarot reading, check out my website at learnreikiphiladelphia.com. It's linked in the description, as is my email newsletter and all of my social media. So let's go ahead, dive in, and start building that beautiful grid. Oh, awesome. Oh, thanks for the compliments on the hair. I was like, wow, it's hot. The air conditioner's too loud to run while I stream. And then I channeled the 90s. It was inspired by the halter top. I was like, let's just go with 90s. Space buns, halter tops, and doing our best to survive this heat wave. Oh my goodness. But thank you. Let's go ahead and bring in some crystals. It's good to see you, Jennifer. Welcome back. Violet Integration. T, it's great to see you. Karen Johnson. It's been a while. I hope you're doing well. It's so good to see you again. And yeah, it's awesome to have you all here. So let's go ahead and build this grid. Jen, your intentions are lucid dream recall, channeling messages, and spirit communication. And you've got some crystals there. So you want some Lemurian, Herkimer, Iolite, Amethyst, Herkimer, Iolite, Amethyst. And if you're new here, you can request specific crystals or you can let me pick them for you, whatever works better for you. Also, for lucid dream recall and channeling messages, I'm going to add in some prehnite and some sapphire. There we go. Okay. So prehnite is my favorite stone for anything that has to do with like lucid dreaming, astral projection, prophecy, divination of any kind. This is a superb stone to facilitate a space for learning or teaching energy healing or really anything spiritual at all. It's wonderful for it, but it's also great for all of the divination things I mentioned. It also helps if your mind wanders when you're meditating, this can really help to like slow that down or help you connect a little bit better. And it's wonderful for refusing unfair demands. So if you struggle with holding boundaries, especially with folks who can be a little pushy, this can be a good stone. So that's prehnite. Prehnite, prehnite. This is amethyst. This is a very spiritual stone, especially when we're doing self-healing work. This is a stone that can help us to reflect on things that we're improving about ourselves, but at the same time, be a little bit lighter on ourselves. Sometimes we can gang up on ourselves. This is one that reminds you to take it easy, slow and steady wins the race. There's a lot of connections between amethyst and substance abuse recovery, especially things around accepting the things you cannot change and changing the things you cannot accept. It's also really wonderful for better sleep too. So we'll bring that in. It's wonderful if anyone is just opening up to spirituality too. It can be a really great starter stone there. Sapphire is a powerhouse when it comes to channeling. It is very high vibrational, and if you've never worked with anything quite like this, I would say if you don't have a good practice of grounding, work on that first, because this might leave you feeling a little bit uncomfortable. It's great for channeling angels, spirits, your guides, your higher self, whatever it is you're looking to connect with. And if you're doing the work on behalf of someone else, this will help you to find the best words to convey a meaningful impression of what you received. Also great for speedy justice, the thyroid, dementia, as well as the ears and eyes. So that is sapphire. And these are exactly how sapphire forms in nature. It's so wild. Okay. So after that, we have Herkimer, which is great for manifesting, connecting to spirit in general, and also being in the present moment, which I always think is probably the best way to approach manifesting. When we manifest, it's easy to just keep going, the next thing, the next thing, the next thing. But without being able to sit and be present, we can just keep looking to the next leap without being able to appreciate where we're at in the moment. So Herkimer is great for that. Also helps with balancing really imbalanced energy or just disharmonious energy, especially if it's, a group space. Helpful for metabolism and intuition. And I often use it for relaxation as well. So that is Herkimer Diamond. Next is Iolite. Iolite is great for shamanic work, visionary journeying, exactly what you mentioned, like lucid dream recall, shamanic journeying, I think I mentioned that. Any kind of visionary or clairvoyant kinds of stuff. It's also great for fever and weight loss too, if you have an intention around weight loss. It's great for money management as well. So that is Iolite. Lemurian quartz is, and specifically this is Blue Mist Lemurian quartz. This helps with healing the past, whether it's early this life or past lives. It can help to release the emotional pain from those times, help you to move through the healing process of whatever is entangled in those memories and those connections. Helps with learning about yourself while you're doing that healing as well, which is very, very empowering. And so I'm going to bring this in. Go. So that is Blue Mist Lemurian quartz. I'm so glad that you are here, and all the best to you. You go ahead and run around and do stuff that's totally fine. Oh, hey, welcome in, Stephanie. Glad to have you here. Really glad to have you here. I will get to everyone's requests. So let's see. Next was IBS relief, confidence, clarity around next steps. You got it, Violet Integration. So let's do Dalmatian Jasper, confidence, clarity around next steps. There's a lot of good confidence stones. But I'm going to go with yellow calcite. Okay. Yellow calcite is full of optimism and joy. It's very helpful, deeply balancing and really empowering to the solar plexus chakra, which is the center of self-identity and who we are and our boundaries, what our goals are, all of those things. Definitely confidence. huge for confidence. It helps to clear those blockages, especially if they're around things like self-identity, or if you struggle with putting your feelings, opinions, and goals ahead of the feelings, opinions, and goals that others have for your life. This is one that can help balance that out. If you struggle with feeling like you need the approval of others for what you do, this can be really helpful. But in general, it's great for confidence. And, well, hello, Hattie Cat. Yes, I'm right here. You can hang out. You can have my lap, or you can have the floor. It's up to you. Dalmatian jasper is superb for things like IBS. Yes, what would you like? Want to come up to my lap? You just want my attention? Well, say hello. Yeah, just purr in that microphone. So like I was saying, Dalmatian jasper, wonderful for things like IBS, really anything with digestion that you want to kind of cool down. It's also great for things like Crohn's and things like that too. This is actually black tourmaline running through jasper. Black tourmaline helps to repel and dispel negative energy, and so this can really help bring that clearing to your entire energy field. So it can help to clear your entire aura. Currently being made into biscuits by a little cat. It's also great for holding a good space for cooperation. So if you have a group effort or a group task, this can help to hold space for that too. So Dalmatian jasper. And clarity around next steps. Oh, I'm the dough. You're kneading the dough. That's very cute. Okay. And clarity. And so definitely I have two for that I want to bring in. The first is celestite, highly angelic, very, very helpful with feeling that connection to spirit, to our angels and guides, and even our higher self. It can help with discerning thoughts from fears, determining whether if we're feeling fearful of something, is it an intuition? Is it a past experience? Is it just fear showing up? What's going on? This can help you determine. So having that connection to angels and spirit guides and your higher self might really help with that clarity. But I have another stone that's going to support that too. So this is celestite. Celestite can also be helpful for physical pain. It kind of changes our focus. It works with the upper chakras so that our experience of pain just sort of changes a little bit and becomes a little less intense. The next is bumblebee jasper. Bumblebee jasper is great for clarity and focus, also decision making, so it can really help you if you need to do any of that. It helps with empowering manifestation. It has like a get to work collaborative kind of energy, but in addition to mental focus, energy, vitality, and decision making, this can also be really helpful for confidence. So this is definitely a stone that you do not do direct water infusions with. I don't do those with any stones, and I don't recommend it, but especially with this one, it's got a lot of sulfur as well as arsenic. So yeah, but this is a wonderful healing stone to work with. So lots of confidence, lots of focus, and lots of physical energy as well. So all the best to you, Violet Integration. I hope that's helpful. And let's see. T, you need some healing for pulled muscles in your neck, shoulder, and back. ouch, overcoming fear, and restful sleep. So many of us are needing help with restful sleep. Stone-wise, howlite, garnet, yellow calcite, and sunstone. So we've got the yellow calcite, sunstone, howlite, garnet. It's so hilarious. The cat wants my full attention and wants to be loved on when I'm live, when I'm sitting in the living room, nah. When I'm in bed, nah. When we're playing, nah. After we're playing, no. You're live? Oh, baby, I want your lap and I want your hands, both of them, right now. Crazy little kitty. Yeah, you know it. You know it. So sunstone is wonderful for expanding our vision of ourselves and our goals, our expectations of ourselves. This is one that says, you did not come here to play small. Set the bar higher. It helps with fame, luck, recognition. This can help you in marketing or going on job interviews. It can also help you to move up in your career, be noticed and recognized for your contributions and help to get you promoted. It's also helpful for protective against, it's very protective against exploitation around money as well. So we're going to go ahead and bring this in. So we'll go ahead and there we go. Howlite is superb for the joints and the bones. Really, teeth, bones, hair is usually what's thought of with this stone. But definitely joints as well as the bones in a big, big way. Whether there's joint pain or actual physical healing that needs to take place, either one can be really, really helpful. Okay. We can cuddle later. There we go. And when it comes to bones and bone density, I work with this stone a lot because I struggle with bone density for sure. On an emotional, spiritual level, this is a great stone for anger, resentment, and frustration. It can help to take the sting out of those emotions so that we can start to look at the underlying causes and what's going on and see if there's anything we can do there. So we will go ahead and bring in some howlite. Howlite is such a beautiful stone and so often thought about or utilized. Or so seldom thought about or utilized. That's why it doesn't match. There we go. There we go. Garnet is wonderful for organization, prioritization, courage, and practicality. This is like your Capricorn in the pocket. This is something that can help you to take a look at everything you have to get done and find the newest, best way to do it. If you're looking for a new way to go about any number of tasks, whether it's at work or home, this is a stone that can help you to get really creative as to how you do things so that you can make the most of your time and even make it more fun or less tedious. It's also helpful for keeping grounded during times of change, and we love it so. There we go. So that is garnet, and also what you're mentioning with the pulled muscles. I'm going to bring in some muscle support there. Serpentine can be really helpful for muscle stuff. So serpentine is also helpful for diabetes, hypoglycemia, any issues around blood sugar and keeping it consistent as well. But yeah, muscle pain, tension, weakness, whatever the case might be, as well as calcium and magnesium deficiencies. It's also helpful for trance meditation and rashes and eczema too. So we'll bring that in for you. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and bring in a couple more. Nope, I'm going to leave those two. Sorry for banging into the mic there. Apologies. I apologize to all of your eardrums there. I hope that helps, T. Feel better. Okay, so Karen. Oh, definitely. I can bring in some things. Oh, hey, Martha. Oh, congratulations to your friend. She got a new kidney today after 6 years of dialysis. Oh, I'm so happy. I'm so happy for them. Key and Patty, Chris, good to see you. Oh, so good to see you all. Okay, so you were mentioning your deceased sister's birthday is tomorrow, so Ruby for Grief, absolutely. I don't usually use Ruby for Grief, but I'm all about it, and we'll bring it in. I'm also going to bring in for you some Jet, which is my favorite stone for grief. Jet is a type of fossilized wood. It's a wood that's been fossilized through intense high heat, usually a volcano. Rarely do forest fires get that hot, so typically volcanoes. And so it's like that sudden death and transformation. And so it's definitely a stone that's thought to have really intense support for grief, and it's my favorite stone to give to folks that are going through really acute grief. It can help with like loss of spouse or partner even. This is a stone that helps you to be deep in the depths of your grief without being sort of stuck or shutting it off and being numb or just being completely overwhelmed. It also helps with, it's highly protective for anyone that deals with like paranormal-y types of things. And it's great for any kind of hospice. Anyone that's, whether you've got a loved one in hospice or you work in hospice or you're working with animals that are crossing the rainbow bridge soon, whatever the case may be, this can be very, very helpful. So this is Jet. And like you mentioned, Ruby. So you use this for grief. You found it helpful. I think that's amazing. I might try working with that a little bit. It's also great for courage to be yourself. It's wonderful for management and leadership, leading exactly the way you feel you need to lead. It's also thought to be very helpful for love, fertility, and even fibromyalgia. So this is Ruby. I actually love using it alongside garnet. So I'm going to put them together. So there we go. I'm actually going to move these because I know we're going to have a very full grid. Go. Okay. And something, radical acceptance, absolutely. Well, radical acceptance is amethyst for sure. Overthinking, letting go of attachments, bringing love and companionship. Gotcha. So let's do... Often for like letting go of attachments, I find Herkimer helpful, which is here, but also malachite can be really helpful with letting go of things, even when we feel a strong attachment to them that just are no longer meant to be there. So definitely letting go of what no longer serves. It also helps with insomnia, so definitely helpful for everyone that's having difficulty sleeping. I'm definitely included in that. That's a lot of intuitives, and we are not the only crew. There's lots of other tarot readers and things that have channels that I watch, and they're all struggling with it as well. So it's a lot of us. This also helps with arthritis, inflammation, liver, spleen, and pancreas, as well as depression, anxiety, and fears and phobias, especially fear of flying. So that's malachite. Here we go. And another one that can be helpful is mookaite. Mookaite is accepting change. Mookaite also goes by the name Australia jasper. And in addition, it can be helpful for making decisions, which, I mean, if we're having difficulty accepting change, that's absolutely going to cloud our ability to make decisions. It's also helpful for bladder pain, boosting the immune system, and calming digestion. So it'll help violet integration as well. There we go. And bringing in love and companionship, let's do some honey calcite. Honey calcite helps with optimism even in the most challenging of times, but it's one that also works with the solar plexus and sacral. So solar plexus is our center of self, personal identity, and who we are. Sacral is beneath the navel. That has everything to do with how we relate to the world around us, the people around us, the relationships we have, whether it's romantic or any kind of relationship, really. So it helps with balancing both areas. It's great for calling in the best people in your life right now. So whether that's neighbors, friends, colleagues, love interests, all of the above, it helps call in really good people. So we're going to go ahead and bring this in. And so I hope that that helps. And we'll definitely have some good ones for bringing in love. In fact, one of the stones that can, actually, you know what? Let's do carnelian. Carnelian is another stone that really works with the sacral chakra. So relationships, the way we relate to the world around us. Also romance, sexuality, and all of that good stuff, fertility as well. This helps to attract a love partner, as do moonstone and leopard skin jasper for sure. This can help with definitely calling that in. Also great for colds, allergies, and even wound healing. But yeah, so we'll put that in there to help you attract some love into your life too. It's good to see you. I hope you're doing well. And let's go ahead and put these in. And for Stephanie, your intention was to find peace. Absolutely. So snowflake obsidian is great for peace and serenity and hope, even after a time of loss. It's good for clairaudience, which is our spiritual healing as well. It's one that can help us to recognize our patterns and notice them so that we can start to work on them or heal the underlying factors that cause them. It can help with guilt, especially really misplaced guilt. And it's helpful for calming overstimulation and just generally balancing the body, mind, and spirit connection as well. So let's go ahead and bring in snowflake obsidian. I'm going to put one here, and then I'll balance it out with something else later. So awesome. Glad to have you. So glad to have you. Oh, good. It's Kate and Patty. Yeah, the singing cats have already been singing. Oh, you received your crystals. Happy, happy, happy. Thank you so much for ordering. Lots and lots of love to you. Oh, and for Evelyn, I keep kind of thinking of a stone for her and then not mentioning the intention. I'm going to bring in shungite. Release from stress and anxiety. This is a good one to help. Also, malachite is very helpful for that. But this is a great stone for releasing stress. It also helps to move emotional pain and energy blocks in general, wherever they happen to be. It's great for physical healing and even tissue repair. So healing after injury, surgeries, things like that. It helps to clear energies out of the body, so it can really help kind of, in a sense, like clear your energy field from the inside out. It also helps with if you're sensitive to electromagnetic stress or electromagnetic frequencies. That's if you spend time around electronics and notice that it makes you feel drained or heavy or like you're underwater or confused. This is a great stone for you. So shungite. And we have the good peace and harmony stone too. Kidneys, lung, constipation, better sleep. Yeah, we so much have been struggling with that. Back pain, financial abundance. Absolutely. Okay, so let's start with kidneys, lungs. Better sleep, back pain. So I have Dalmatian jasper in here because somebody else is struggling with some IBS flare-ups. So that'll help you for sure. I'm also going to bring in some peridot. This is another stone that can help digestive stuff. It can help things like IBS, Crohn's, even acid. This is really good for like acid reflux type stuff. Anything that impacts the bowels too. But it's also great for breaking up bad habits and cycles. It's great for things like depression and especially friendship. This helps you to really deepen the friendships that help you to be the best person you are, like the best of your best friendships. This can help solidify and strengthen those bonds. Amazonite is superb for back pain. This is a stone that can help the spine as well as the spinal nerves. So if you struggle with neuralgia or sciatica or anything like that, this can also be really helpful. It's very calming, and it's also wonderful to help even the folks who tend to think of themselves last to check in with themselves and encourage good self-care. Also remind folks that they are absolutely worthy of and deserve self-care. So this is Amazonite. For better sleep, we have some labradorite. Labradorite, in addition to helping you sleep, is a good one for clairvoyance, our spiritual sight. It helps with harmonizing amongst people, so it's great for work environments. It's great for customer service type people. It's excellent for research and study, as well as detailed attention to things. So if you need to go through a lot of information with a fine eye for detail, something like finding an error in coding or something along those lines, or if you are going through an entire room looking for something very small, this can help you to pay attention to those little tiny details. So this is labradorite. So I hope that you sleep better. I know it's been Every one of my clients that I've seen one-on-one this week has also had the intention of better sleep. It's a thing. So there we go. Rhodonite is great for the lungs. It's also wonderful for heartache and heartbreak. It's often considered a breakup stone. Like, that's often like the shorthand that I hear it called, but it's so much more than that. This can help with grief in a lot of ways too, but also, yeah, absolutely overcoming breakups, divorce, insecurities as well, and helpful for anyone who is trying to heal from emotional abuse. Balances yin and yang in the body, and like I said, really wonderful for the lungs. Also wonderful for the lungs and financial abundance is pyrite, which I'm going to add next. Pyrite is fool's gold, and we like to think that the fool's gold brings the real gold. So this is pyrite. Yep. It's also great for anyone doing intuitive work, especially if you're new at it. This is one that can help you to open up intuitively, but also have a good protective boundary while you're doing that work. In addition to the lungs, it's helpful for the brain and memory as well. So that is pyrite. I've often heard folks say that pyrite can help your body to make the most of a Reiki session, which seems super interesting to me. I like that concept too. And for the kidneys, let's bring in some picture jasper. Picture jasper also goes by desert jasper, and you can kind of see why. This is one that you can kind of stare at for a while and see potential for the future. It looks like you're looking into the desert. So that's exactly what this is about, looking at potential futures, like brainstorming your future. This is a really empowering stone for that. It helps to see the big picture, and it's wonderful for new ventures. So if someone's starting a business or even a new adventure, like if someone's going off to, take a long hike or going on vacation or beginning a new school program, this can be really helpful. Like I said, great for the kidneys. It's also good for hidden fears and worries, especially fears that we might not even be aware of, but they're getting in the way of our progress. And it helps with moves abroad and exposure to new cultures, which is always kind of awesome. So let's bring that in. I really do enjoy working with picture jasper. So let's bring this in. And yeah, I hope that helps. Lots of love to you. I'm so glad to have you here. And thanks again for your order. I really appreciate it. And Chris, let's do some of your requests. And who else has come in since? Oh, hey, Heart. I hope you're doing well. I really do hope you're doing well. It's good to see you. So let's go to... Oh, Karen, garnet's your birthstone too? Yeah, mine too. I was born on the 15th. Oh, ruby is her birthstone. Oh, that's a really beautiful way to remember her. Oh, she's a Cancer and you're a Capricorn. Awesome. It's a really beautiful way to remember her. Okay, cool. So Chris, rose quartz, we got carnelian garnet, green aventurine, and moonstone. Oh good, I got rhodonite already. Moonstone. Okay. So let's start with Moonstone. This is a wonderful stone for connecting with the cycles, rhythms, and patterns of nature and general awareness and knowingness. When I think about Moonstone, to me, it's very connected to the tarot card, the High Priestess. And if you happen to be new here, I also do the tarot for all 12 signs every month. All of July's are up, so you can go ahead and check those out under the uploaded videos. Check out your sun, moon, and rising to know the most that you can. But this is like that High Priestess is, she knows what's going to happen. She understands. She has deep wisdom. She's someone of little words, but great knowledge. Like, you don't have to tell her the secret. She already knows. That kind of power. Very connected with the divine feminine, as well as connection to ancient wisdom and knowledge. Helps with protection during travel, intuition, releasing patterns, attracting love for sure, and accepting the divine timing of things when that divine timing might not be in alignment with your preferred timing, which happens for sure. So I'm going to go ahead and put that in. Ooh, I keep banging into the table today. Sorry about that, everyone. So that is Moonstone. Moonstone can look a lot of different ways. I'm going to place it under the labradorite. Labradorite and Moonstone are very closely related to one another. Aventurine is, it's sort of like a more heart-centered and supportive and like cuddly version of Sunstone. This is a stone that can help you to see that you have evolved and that you are more than you think you are. And so it's deeply encouraging, especially if you're intimidated to do something or even learn something. This will say, like, who says you can't learn that? It's okay. Give it a shot. Oh, I hear another singing cat. I think I hear a Gertie. Ah, what's that? I hear you making woos. Oh, hey! What's up, Wow Wow? Also helps with eye problems, allergies, heart rhythms, and fertility. So that is Aventurine. And I've got a cat staring at me like, I don't know what I want to do, but I know she's going to jump on my lap when I least expect it. Oh, there you are. Oh, you can come on up. Oh, you found your sister. Oh, hey. Okay, there we go. And lapis helps with pain and inflammation, as well as personal responsibility, good communication, integrity. It can help with upward movement in your career, as can sunstone. It's great for overcoming things like a tendency towards disorganization, and can be great for the vertigo and even hearing loss, really anything impacting the inner ear. So that's lapis. Next we'll have rose quartz, which is one we've probably all worked with. Rose quartz is very high vibrational. It's one that can help us to open our heart, be more loving. It takes our sense of the heart center and it connects it to spirituality. Also, it's very consistent in its very loving capacity. So it's one that can remind us to let go of what doesn't serve so that we can make room for what does, because there's much better things out there. So that is rose quartz. Blue apatite, it has been helpful for us in a lot of ways. When it comes to weight loss, weight gain, food related anything, blue apatite is absolutely our friend, and it is absolutely hilarious. It's called apatite given that. So there we go. Yeah, weight loss, weight gain, or just a healthier relationship to food on your terms. This can be a really supportive stone. Also great for learning about your soul's purpose and having the courage to walk your soul's path at the same time. It helps with strengthening the auric field, and that essentially is great for folks who are a little bit empathic and tend to just sort of accidentally take on the energy of others. This can make you a little less prone to that because it strengthens that energy field around you. It's also helpful for harmony and peace. So we'll bring in blue apatite. And citrine. Citrine is incredible for financial abundance. It's probably the most potent money manifester that I have. Citrine is helpful not only for attracting that financial abundance and all of the resources we need to survive and thrive, it's also great for making good decisions with the money that we do have. It's great for balancing logic with intuition and for things like nausea, fibromyalgia, and even addictions and compulsions. So that is citrine. Okay, awesome. So let's go ahead and thank you so much for being here. I hope you're enjoying your vacation. Awesome. Okay. Hey, Sharmi, good to see you. JS, wonderful to see you too. Yeah, if you're the, oh yeah, because if you're the, right, Karen, you must be the end of January then. Yeah, absolutely. Oh, thank you, heart. Okay. Oh yes, the name of the grief stone was Jet. Okay, so Patty and Key's request, fuchsite, pneumite, dumortierite. Red tiger eye, honey calcite's there, septarian, aquamarine, and bloodstone. So T, this is also going to help your muscles. This is another good muscle stone. Septarian, like I said, muscle pain, muscle spasms especially. Also good for skin wounds and lesions, but on the mental emotional side, this does so many different things in such a strong way. Also, by the way, this often goes by dragon's egg. So yeah, this helps with emotional growth, shadow work being that really deep work we do on ourselves where we're going to the most painful parts of ourselves. This can help you to be in that moment, to also to be vulnerable while you move through those really emotionally difficult times, helping to encourage a deep understanding of the underlying factors to our behaviors, beliefs, etc., that can hold us back. Like we can start to heal things from the root. Also helps with the solar plexus. So if specifically if it's understated. So if you tend to have a difficult time standing up for yourself or even feeling a strong sense of self-identity, this can be a really helpful stone. But yeah, emotional growth in general. So that is Septarian. Fuchsite is a strong stone of play. This is one that will encourage you to let go and renew and recharge and connect with your childish sense of just play and having fun. It helps with self-care, as one would imagine, and just joy. It's great for inner child work, and on a physical level, it can help spinal alignment. It's great for sleep disturbances, so we're all going to love it. And it's also thought to be helpful for carpal tunnel syndrome. So this is fuchsite. Dumortierite helps with anger and also patience. And that's on the emotional levels. On the physical level, also it helps tidiness, helps encourage tidiness. Also on the more physical level, can help with ligaments and tendons too. But overall, this is thought to help improve situations that seem just generally hopeless. It's also great for nervous dogs, for standing up for yourself. And like I said, anything that seems hopeless, as well as Uranus type energy, which is very chaotic. So that's Dumortierite. So I will put these in balance of Snowflake Obsidian. There we go. Red Tiger Eye is highly protective in a spiritual way from things like psychic attack and malevolent spiritual work, and in the mundane way of just bullying, picking on, gaslighting, triangulation, all that kind of stuff, misogyny, sexism, all of that. This can really help keep that at bay. So whether the bullying is spiritual or mundane, this is a potent protector. Also helpful for calling on money in a hurry. So definitely a good money manifester. So let's bring this in. Bloodstone is one of my emotional stuff hits the fan stones, or emotional first aid stones, if you will. It helps with the heart center and the root simultaneously. So if you have like a heartache or a heartbreak that just like completely shakes your sense of basic needs kind of stuff and connection to life and everything in it, this is a wonderful stone. It can really help to lift despair. It helps with, in a way, like emotional stamina to like keep going through something that's gonna take a while and feel really dreadful during, unfortunately. So this is a stone I've given to folks that are going through like rough divorces, or who are grieving, or who are going to have to close their business, or anything like that, like something that's going to be a long-term not fun thing. Also helps to relieve self-doubt, and it can help to aid the mind while you're meditating, particularly when it comes to calming and relaxing the mind. This way you don't have to have if you have racing thoughts, this can help. Bloodstone also goes by the name heliotrope. So if you do look it up or order it, or want to find it in a book, definitely look at it under both names. So there we go. Aquamarine is helpful for the fluids in the body, as well as the teeth and gums, and forgiveness. Whether the forgiveness is the I forgive you and give you another chance, or I forgive you and set myself free, whichever case, or a little bit of both, this stone can very much help. It's also great for kind of curbing and keeping at bay pettiness and sort of low vibe behavior. Also, people who would be already aggrieved, people who are already upset and they're looking for someone to take it out on, and you tend to be the one to get it. This can help dispel that. For that, we often joke that it is the anti-Karen stone. Although I am from the Newark area of Jersey, and so I would also talk about the cleansing power of the brick. Not advocating violence, just putting it out there. This is also a great stone for may justice prevail, and yeah, keeping people who need to find a better way to cope from taking it out on you. So aquamarine. Let's actually do it happens at least once every stream where I just totally fling a stone. Oh, hey, I'm bringing up one end of the curve here. It's twice in a row. There we go. And here we go. There we go. That's aquamarine. Actually, let's do... that one fits a little better. Okay. And Numite is a stone that not a lot of folks work with. It's lesser known. And take a look at these black stones that when I move them around, you start to get these glints of gold. See that one there? This one here. Numite is highly, highly protective, especially of like spiritual items. So if you have, so put one on your altar or your tarot cards to keep energy off of them. But they also help when you're doing any kind of shadow work or internal work. They can, in a way, as you're digging through the depths of your own stuff, it's thought that as you're in the darkness, you get those really beautiful spiritual glimpses, and you're reminded of your connection to spirit, and you're reminded of you're given like gold for your trouble of digging through. So let's go ahead and place one here and here. And these two. Here's a really good example of some of the flash. There. So Numite. It's only mined in Greenland and only a few months of the year. So good to have you, Patty and Key. Dewey, great to see you. Kanta, wonderful to see you. Awesome. Okay, I want to make sure I get everybody's requests. Achy physical body, releasing stress and sadness, and blue apatite. Blue apatite's in there, so good call. Achy physical body, releasing stress. Releasing stress, we have shungite. There's also sadness too, we can bring in. Let's bring in some green onyx for sadness too. So onyx is always great for grief, regardless of the color, and onyx comes in pretty much every color. But this is a green onyx, which usually if you buy it, you'll notice green onyx is more of a pistachio color. There is deeper colors of green. This can help with things like just really intense. This is another emotional first date stone. This can help with really intense sadness and even grief. It helps you with even like emotional shutdown in a sense. It also helps with moving forward even though you're in a state of emotional pain. So that's where it can kind of step over into grief, but it's a great one for sadness. So we'll bring that in. Charmy, your intention is to honor but let go of versions of yourself that no longer resonate and embrace who I am becoming and all that you're capable of. Oh, I love that intention. Oh, I love that. So that is like letting go of the past versions of yourself and growing. Malachite can be really helpful with that. And embracing what you are growing into is absolutely a sunstone thing. Sunstone, and another stone that kind of helps with that is also already in the grid, and that is aventurine. Sunstone is like a kind of like a big upgrade. It's like being seen, being recognized, lots of opportunities and potential, and it helps you to see yourself not only as you are versus how you used to be, but also the versions of you that can exist in the future. So that's probably the most potent one for you there. These two are here, and I'm currently working on a similar intention, and I have moonstone, or I have sunstone around, like orange sunstone. Like this is a big piece here. So I'm going to go ahead and see if I can't work this big piece into the grid too. I might have to put it at the top of the grid instead of in the grid, depending on how many other requests we get. But either way, I'll put it nearby. But it's so good to have you here, and all the best to you. And JS, I am doing great. Creativity and connecting with spirit. Absolutely. So creativity, we have carnelian, which helps with the creative center. The creative center is in the sacral chakra, which is the center of relationships as well. And that's where creativity kind of comes forward, the drive to create. Now, expressing that creativity, that is best helped along by sodalite. Sodalite works with the throat chakra, but it encompasses expression of all kinds, whether it's how you show up in the world, how you speak, how you write, if it's dance or performance of some other kind, whatever it might be. This helps you truly express and allow that to come through. It's also great for coming to terms with aging, if that's for anyone. It's great for grounding impulses. It's exceptional for that, and for helping homesickness too. It's got a strong connection with that. So that is sodalite. So let's put a piece here and a piece here. Awesome. So all the best to you. Good to see you. You guys are just so incredible. The folks that have enjoyed this channel and all of you who come out, it makes it so worth doing. Thank you all for being you. Yeah. The stone to heal bullying again, Dewey, is red tiger eye. Red tiger eye. Do I have any bigger pieces? I actually have a big piece of it elsewhere in my house. I'll try to remember to bring it out so I can show it to some of you. But yeah, it's powerful for that. Oh, and aquamarine absolutely helps keep people with really crappy, I need to take my bad day out on you vibes. Also really helpful. So yeah, both of those. Raising the collective vibe. Justice and love-wise, absolutely. Yeah, let's do that. And Kanta, that's a great intention. And the conversation y'all were having, I was really enjoying reading that. Let's see, I might bring in some other stones around that too. So vibe, justice, and loving wise. Let's bring in, where did I put it? Let's bring in some sujolite. This helps with unity. It helps us to connect to our higher chakras, and it helps folks to remember their divine nature and the sense of unity, that we are all connected, that we are connected to spirit, we're connected to one another, we're all in this together. You know, the game of life, nobody gets out alive. Let's all help each other to the finish line. Sujolite is great for that. So we'll bring that in. And we'll put that there. We'll make it work. We will make this work. Am I going to do the same thing with the same response? Let's see. There we go. And the collective, yeah. Reiki family, someone earlier was mentioning the syncified factor. It's true, we are very much in sync, and there's so much in common. When people come together with the same or similar intention, it's like the minute you start kind of going in a good direction, you'll start to find other people along the way where it's vibing, and we have a lot more in common with one another than we have different, and it can be so hard to remember that sometimes. Let's also bring in so I want to bring in one more crystal, and then we'll get into the healing. Black onyx. Did you just wake up from a dream? You did. You did. Ah, those are claws. Those are claws. Yeah, those are claws. I wanted to bring in some black onyx for all of us. This can help with anxiety and fear and self-doubt. It's also very protective, but it's a deeply healing grief stone. It helps us to connect to ancestors if that's our intention. It's also great for self-esteem, too. And Hattie is currently pulling paper individually out of the trash bin. Yeah, that's fun. Okay, so yeah, I'm gonna bring this in. Oh, okay. I'm going to read that aloud, Kanta. Without clash, there can be no cohesion. It's true. Okay, so I'm going to put these in, and I'm also going to put in, let's see. The cats are singing. What's up? And I'm going to bring in that chalcopyrite to help with, definitely with helping find lost items too. Chalcopyrite, this is in, the chalcopyrite is what looks like pyrite, that yellowy color. And the clear is just clear quartz, which helps with intensifying the energy of a particular stone. Yeah, it's definitely like destruction has to happen to clear away. And that's very Shiva magic, very Shiva energy. And I've totally dealt with that. I've totally worked with Shiva on that. And in fact, on my tattoos are all spiritual. But this one, this is Om to Shiva. It's like definitely like the great destroyer. Like sometimes we have to break things down to build them up again. And it's, when you look at history, that's all it's been, is things falling apart and then getting built back up again. So let's go ahead and do that thing we do. And seriously, you guys are amazing. So let's go ahead and do that thing we do. Go ahead and hit that like button if you haven't already, and then hop into the comments and help me raise the vibration by sharing anything that you are grateful for. And while y'all do that, I'm going to quickly explain a little bit about what is Reiki, how it works, and then we're going to get into the healing. So let's go ahead and do that. So thank you all for being here. Again, my name's Danielle Stimpson. I'm the owner of Learn Reiki Philadelphia. And if you want to learn more about me, my live online Reiki certification courses, if you want to schedule a one-on-one distance healing or tarot reading, or if you want to shop my crystal collection, go ahead over to learnreikiphiladelphia.com. It's linked in the description, as are all of my social media. So what is Reiki? Well, the Reiki has become more of a catch-all term for energy healing, but the specific style that I work with is known as Usui Reiki. Usui Reiki is a method that was created by Mikao Usui in the early 1920s in Japan, at a time in Japan's history where teaching religion or anything that looked like it, unless it was Shintoism, was super a no-go. And this particular practice became very secular while also being very spiritual, and a way to empower people to help themselves and those they cared about even more. So the concept of energy at the foundation of Usui's practice really is best understood through the lens of Shintoism, the indigenous spirituality of Japan, in which everyone and everything has a soul. And all of those souls are interconnected and empowered by spirit, however you define it. That spiritual energy that supports us to be alive, animated beings is basically sent through that connection to all of us, and our body, mind, and spirit are working with it all the time to bring about our greatest healing and greatest benefit. While we might not be aware of Reiki energy or that it's even there, our body is working with it. Think of it as how we're mostly made of water, yet we don't normally think of it that way. But we don't go long without water. Our body knows how to use that water for every little task that it does within our body, all of which are so important without our need for conscious involvement. And Reiki is somewhat similar in that regard. So essentially what I'll be doing today is connecting to that energy that's already flowing through you and is already a part of you, and essentially direct more of it to you, allowing your body, mind, and spirit to use even more of it to your best interest. So during the session, you may have some physical sensations, you may feel some emotions rise up or be released, you may have, your mind might kind of settle some things through or process some things or even hear your subconscious. And spiritually, you may get some intuition, some clarity, and some revelations for yourself. You may also have a really beautiful nap, and that is amazing too. But there's no wrong way to enjoy your session. I generally advise that you find the best, most comfortable position for yourself, sitting up, lying down, and you don't have to stay still. You can stretch, move, bend on the floor. You can journal. You can be outside or inside. You can be doing something else while you're here. It's really up to you. If you want to take a lovely healing nap or just sort of hang out, that's great too. You don't have to focus on anything, and you don't have to keep your mind silent. However you show up, you're in the perfect place for Reiki. As I send the Reiki, which I'll do for 25 minutes, I will turn the lights down. You'll notice them moving slowly and gently through several different colors. At no point will they flash or strobe. And I will turn up the music. If you enjoy the music, go ahead and check out the bottom of the description, where you can find a link to the creator of that music, who I was able to support in purchasing it for this stream. So it's wonderful to have y'all here. As I said, definitely hit that like button, and I'm here 5 times a week. So if you want to join me live and you're not here live already, go ahead and hit the subscribe button with the notification bell on so you don't miss an opportunity. Additionally, Reiki is available to you no matter where you are in relation to me or when you are in relation to this stream. So if you're watching this in the future, hello from the past, you're going to have a beautiful session because Reiki energy isn't limited to the same dimensional realities that we are. So we can send it backwards, forwards in time. It's there for us to access in the future as well. So anytime you feel like you need a session, if I happen to not be live, go ahead and check out our past healing live stream playlist. There's over 300 videos for you to enjoy whenever you feel like you need it. So thank you so much for being here today. It's an honor and a pleasure to share this healing with all of you. And so let's go ahead in and enjoy. Awesome. Oh, that looks so pretty. Thank you for inspiring such a beautiful grid. I'm actually going to adjust it just slightly. I'm going to take this down and place it here so that we have There we go. There we go. Awesome. Thank you all so much for being here. So I'm going to send this session for 25 minutes, at the end of which you'll hear my voice come back in, invite you to take a deep breath in and out and slowly come back to your body. And thank you so much for being here. I'll see you all in 25. But before that, I think Gertie wants to say hi. Yeah, you want to say hi? Yeah? You don't want to do the purrs? You just wanted to get a cuddle? Okay. These two little sisters are too cute. Yeah. Good job there. Okay. So everybody go ahead, get cozy, get comfy, enjoy the next 25 minutes, and I'll see you at the end of the session. I invite you now to take a deep breath in and out. Slowly come back to your body and back to the room. If you need, you can wiggle your fingers and toes. Stretch, move, or bend. Thank you so much for being here tonight. It was an honor and a blessing. If you have any questions or anything to share, the chat is open. Thank you, Patty, and thank you, Martha. I'm so glad. Thank you, Patty, and thank you, Key. Good to see you both. And thank you. Thank you, and peace and love to you too, Heart. I couldn't agree more, Patty. I hope we all have a lovely and blessed weekend. Beautifully said. As always, I will be here Sunday evening. Definitely, if you haven't subscribed for my email list yet, consider doing so. It's in the description. I don't send emails terribly often, but when I do, they're good ones. And I definitely have some upcoming classes coming and some other good things too. So take a look at that if you haven't already. The link's in the description. You're welcome, Dewey, and lots of love to you too. Wonderful to see you here this evening. I hope you have a beautiful weekend. Yes, and if you haven't hit the like button already, please consider doing so. Thank you for the reminder, Patty. Yeah, there is a lot of sadness in the collective, and there's just a lot of heaviness in general. I think we're all feeling the same kind of vibe. Some of us more than others, but definitely a lot of people globally have been feeling this way. And you're so welcome, Sharmi. Good to see you too. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and get ready to bring the stream to a close with an abundance of gratitude for all of you. I will be here Sunday evening, 8 p.m. East Coast U.S. time. Korakar, Vincent, Susan, and Greg are doing well as best I know. Okay, everyone, have a beautiful weekend. Thank you so much for your ongoing support. Have a beautiful weekend. Take care. I hope to see you again soon, and bye for now.